Okay. So I had a mental breakdown today. And the mental breakdown led to the fact that I am depressed. Is that unique? No. Does it suck? Yes. I've definitely struggled with depression before. It definitely runs in my family, but I've never been diagnosed or anything for it. I typically am pretty high functioning when it comes to things. Anxiety specifically is the one that I know for a fact. But this time around, I've been on a meal plan and working out. So I really think I'm on a serotonin slide, if we're gonna make it sound cute. So like the dopamine hits that I've been getting and the things that are good from the activities that I've already been doing they're helping, you know, they're keeping me afloat. And I think that's why I didn't notice until I was ranting to my boyfriend, and I was like, oh shit, I'm depressed. Shocking development. This came after me having a full mental breakdown in my gym parking lot. Just wasn't ready for that. I had a relatively decent day, and I think it just kind of all hit me. A lot of things going on with, like, I'm not breathing because I'm anxious about talking about this. Trying to fix something that is someone else's thing to figure out is something I love to do, and I am aggressively empathetic. I feel like a lot of people say, oh, I have deep empathy for people, or I'm an empath, and I'm like, you don't look like you're suffering. And maybe they're just like a more evolved empath than I am, but it definitely eats me alive, and I'm not good at navigating those situations where deep feelings are present, and I feel like I am receiving them deeper than the person that I am receiving it from. So anyway, that was almost oversharing. I don't know if that's oversharing or not sharing enough. Hopefully you get the gist. The whole point of me saying all of this is that I basically, sorry, I'm having such a hard time. I realized this, and by identifying that I am in a depression and seeing as it's not my first rodeo, I decided that I was going to kind of be really intentional about how I took care of myself. So I zoomed out from where I am and tried to look at myself from like a third-party perspective. And I was like, okay, if I was Danny's best friend, and I knew she was feeling like this, and I like deeply understood her and knew her, which is how I feel about myself, what would I get and or do for her to make her feel better? Even if it is like a temporary joy or something like that. And so that's basically what I did. I left the gym. Justin made a really good point that he said, like, if you're this emotionally charged, working out actually causes you to have your guard down. You already have predisposed conditions, like with my injuries and my joints, and the workout that I was supposed to do is pretty heavy. It's like one of them was supposed to be a PR attempt, and that just was more dangerous going into it than it would have been cathartic. And he was like, you're not going to come out of this by sticking to the routine that you had today. And I really valued that sensitivity. I definitely don't know what I need right now, but like I said, I tried really hard to take care of her in a sense that I was taking care of my best friend. I kind of just walked around Target to get my steps in because I'm trying to hit 10K for Fit for Fall, which is a challenge I'm doing for my girls. Basically just was like, I'm just gonna walk around in circles until I hit 10K steps. That's when I realized, I was like, you know what, you can be really intentional about the things that you can bring into your routine right now that still make you feel very nurtured, which is how I ended up leaving this stuff. I need to preface that I'm not someone that goes into Target and like shops for fun. I have bad financial anxiety. I don't enjoy spending money frivolously if it's unplanned, and it's just overwhelming for me. Anyway, so yeah, this is not a normal thing to make me feel good. I would not say that I shop to feel better, but I did shop for my best friend. kind of wanted to show you what those things were. And explain why, so you could see the intentionality behind the shop, because I think it's easy if you're feeling really riled up and upset to go into a space that can cause really quick bursts of joy that the second you get in your car, it's gone. It's kind of like if you were to open a present from someone that really knows you versus a stranger. Like, the stranger's gift might be amazing, but if you got a gift from someone that knows you really well and it was intentional and geared towards you, the feeling of that is a lot more likely to resonate than the one from the stranger. So I want you to think of this activity really intentionally. First thing is, I'm on Witch Talk. Very barely, very new. I love it. I eat it up. I'm not against witch stuff. One of the only videos that I've actually seen on my feed recently that's in that witch talk energy was that gourds or pumpkins, if you put them around your house, they ward off bad energy and negative spirits. So when I saw this, I was like, you're coming home with me. I was laughing because actually when I went to go check out, I kept scanning her and it was saying that the item didn't exist. Honestly, I didn't find it very weird at first. I was like, hey, can you like figure this out for me? I need to go home with this, has to come home with me. And he was like, yeah, let me just go see how much it is. So he left, came back, and then he goes to scan it and it scanned no problem. And I was like, was the bad energy saying like, I don't want to leave? Because you're getting kicked out. So here she is. She's gonna do a lot of powerful work, I believe it. Do I think that the pumpkin immediately is going to make me feel better? Yes, placebo. But I also know that the first couple of weeks that I tried mantra chanting for the first time, I felt like an absolute wackadoodle. And eventually I felt very powerful and everything I chanted about came true. So I'm not a hater. Am I a concrete believer? I don't know, but I think I could be. Everything else I got was very much so premeditated, like I had wanted it or I'd seen someone talk about it and I thought that I could include it in my day-to-day, or it was completely random. I mean, I guess not all of it was completely random. I'm just trying to act like I wasn't gonna dye my hair. Okay, so my hair right now is this color. I know it's blonde. I recently realized that I, as a person, am low contrast visually, and I guess that just bothered me. I feel very flat in appearance, but emotionally I need the box dye more, okay? If you know me, you know this isn't crazy. I just have like been yelled at lately about trying not to dye my hair because I want to really bad. I was like, you know what, if this is the worst thing I'm gonna do, there are worse things. I'm going this color brown. A beautiful neutral brown. Now that I'm looking at it next to my hair, it is so crazy brown. Oh my God, I'm like so nervous about it. But I also don't like my hair. I think I'm more nervous about the backlash, and that's crazy that I have anxiety over this. So I'm not exactly influenced easily. I kind of watch TikTok skeptically. Like when someone's like, this is the best thing I've ever used, I don't really believe you. So the first thing I got was actually because of Whitney Simmons. It is the large size flat style clip. Next thing I bought, I saw an interview of the lady that used to do Victoria's Secret models, their makeup, and she said red blush is actually what gives the best cheek look. So I walked by and I saw e.l.f.'s Putty Blush. From what I've gathered, e.l.f. has skyrocketed in terms of how good they are. Oh, I don't apply with my fingers. I will very likely apply this with a brush. So that's so pigmented, but I also think it would look really pretty if done correctly. I actually don't hate that. This is Revlon's Chocolate Lip Liner and e.l.f.'s Glow Reviver Lip Oil in Jam Session. Apparently, this is like the perfect fall lip. Actually, I've never tried a lip oil, but the color looks absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, it smells like mint. This feels amazing. What? Even if I got nothing else, this made the whole trip worth. This applicator is insane. I could do that all day. I don't even know what this looks like. I get it. That's incredible, actually. I've never wanted to buy a product because of how it felt putting it on. But now I am like regretting that I didn't look at the rest of the colors. That was insane. The next thing I bought was entirely because of my friend Kelsey. Again, I feel like I say that every video. She, I guess, has seen on her TikTok feed like a mix of soda and creamer, I think, which is so gross. But she wanted to do like a healthier version. And so people were doing soda, Olipop, and like a protein shake. She told me this was delicious. And again, just saw it today and I was like, okay, fine, I'll go get it. The thing that I bought was Justin said I needed to be walked like a dog. Well, yes, actually. The last time I had a mental breakdown was a couple months ago, and he just looked at me and was like, you need to go touch grass. Let's go touch grass. So we walked to a park that was just a block away, took our shoes off and just like laid in the grass. It genuinely made me feel better. Again, if everything is a placebo, that's okay. It's just really about what impacts me at the end of the day, and the same goes for you. Like if you're not feeling well, it's about what makes your heart and your cup feel full or makes you feel attended to. And he said like, you know what? We're gonna set the alarm for 25 minutes before you get up, jump out of bed, I'll set the coffee machine so that we have coffee and we're gonna go drink coffee in a field. When he was talking about that, I was like, you know what? If we're starting tomorrow, let's have a new coffee. So I saw these were out, the holiday blends. I think they're really good. And then I got the Chobani Zero Sugar Sweet Cream. Yeah, that's what I got. I hope this made sense. All of these things I feel like I can use on like a daily or even just like multiple times a week, or just like looking in the mirror and feeling really nice about myself. And they're things that I can spend extra time with myself, on myself, doing small things to bring me joy. To quote Justin, the hardest thing to do when you're depressed is the thing that will get you out of it, and it's literally just doing things. But thank you so much for watching. The first step really is just acknowledging that something's wrong. I know that sounds really small, but I've spent like several months just saying that this thing's making me sad, this thing's stressing me out, this thing kind of is making me grieve, and going through all of these things combined. It's funny that I was literally ranting. I was like, I feel like other people are experiencing joy so much easier than me, and it's so frustrating. And I almost like blamed myself for that. I was like, you know what, your standards are too high for what's good. And obviously hindsight's 20/20, and I just don't want someone to miss out on the opportunity to kind of just meet you where you are. And no one can do that as well as you can for yourself. And I really emphasize the importance of time alone and time reflecting on feelings, even if it feels like you've gone through the same feelings a million times. I think maybe the millionth and first time is gonna be the time that it really clicks or feels different. Just because something is right in front of you doesn't mean you can see it. Sometimes things are too close and you can't focus. Thanks for watching.